watching WLNY TV 1055 News at 9.
Good evening. I'm Alice Gaynor.
And I'm Dick Brennan. Welcome to the news at 9.
Governor Cuomo is calling it nothing short of a miracle. A crane collapses across all lanes on the Tappan Zee Bridge and barely avoids crushing cars.
Nobody was killed or seriously injured, but the accident created a traffic nightmare that is finally easing up tonight. TV 1055's Dave Carlin is checking out the roads, and we'll have reaction from drivers. But we begin with TV 1055's Brian Conybeare. He's live in Grandview on Hudson with the latest. Brian.
Dick and Alice, traffic is moving once again on the Tappan Zee Bridge at this hour in both directions, both Westchester to Rockland and Rockland to Westchester. But parts of the collapsed crane are still hanging off of the new bridge structure while investigators arrive on the scene to try and determine exactly what caused it to come crashing down. The 256-foot-tall red crane was installing huge steel pilings for the new $3.9 billion Tappan Zee Bridge when it suddenly collapsed just before noon. Neighbors in Rockland heard the eerie sound.
A very loud rumble. It was almost earthquake-like.
Amazingly, no one was killed when the crane boom crashed across all 7 lanes of the existing Tappan Zee. 2 vehicles collided, though, trying to avoid hitting the debris. 3 people on the bridge and 1 construction worker suffered minor injuries, but are expected to be okay.
This could have been a real tragedy.
Governor Andrew Cuomo and leaders from Tappan Zee Constructors, the firm doing the work, say this was a new crane vibrating the pilings into the Hudson River bed when it somehow simply failed.
The crane holds up a vibratory hammer. The hammer weighs 121,000 pounds, and it vibrates the pile into the mud. It's a routine task that we've performed thousands of times out here.
They say wind played no role in the accident. Engineers examined the 62-year-old Tappan Zee Bridge and found some damage to the southernmost lane, but 6 of the 7 lanes were reopened this evening.
The slight damage on the surface will be repaired, and traffic will be getting back to basically normal.
The head of Tappan Zee Constructors tells us that it was one of 3 things that they're looking at as far as a cause. It could have been the crane itself somehow failed, the vibratory pile-driving hammer that it was holding, or it could have been operator error. Again, all lanes, both north and southbound, are open again, but you can expect extra traffic in the morning. 1 of the lanes will likely remain closed. That's the most extreme southbound lane, still remains closed, but traffic is moving in both directions. Reporting live in Grandview on Hudson, Brian Conybeare, TV 1055.
Here it's moving along tonight, Brian. Thank you. And traffic reopened tonight again after the Tappan Zee was shut down in both directions, stranding drivers for hours. TV 1055's Dave Carlin has more from TV 1055 Mobile 2.
Traffic moving again on the Tappan Zee Bridge with drivers who can't miss the red wreckage of the toppled crane that shattered guardrails and brought everything here to a standstill.
Just to know that it could have been me was a matter of seconds.
Bala Marana of Ossining was on the bridge when it happened and saw cars in front of his slamming their brakes, so he swerved, miraculously stopping short of hitting anything.
It was a lot of chaos, a lot of crashing, a lot of metal everywhere.
Marana snapped photos of the aftermath and witnessed the start of a growing traffic jam. The evening commute, a tangle of roadblocks and detours, miles with nothing but brake lights, and even worse, vehicles powered off, drivers milling around with nowhere to go. The woman in this photo posted on social media had her beach chair handy, using it on the Tappan Zee Bridge.
A long commute home for something that would usually be a short commute.
Rachel Rosado of New City traveled this morning from Rockland to Westchester, taking the Tappan Zee Bridge, but on her way home she was rerouted way out of her way, adding 2 hours to her trip.
We were redirected to go through Garrison, so we had to go to Putnam Valley first, and then we came to Rockland through Cortland, over the Bear Mountain Bridge, and then we finally came up the Palisades. Thinking about it, oh my God, it could have been us, but luckily it wasn't.
Thank God the crane didn't actually fall on top of any cars.
And we have more information about the Tappan Zee Bridge project. The old bridge connecting Rockland and Westchester counties opened to traffic in 1955. Traffic volume has steadily increased to about 138,000 vehicles now crossing every day. The new bridge will include 8 traffic lanes and a state-of-the-art traffic monitoring system. The new crossing will also be mass transit ready and will feature a path for pedestrians and cyclists. And stay with us for continuing coverage of the crane collapse. We'll have the latest on our sister station on CBS 2 News at 11.